I'm Steve Klein. I don't know if I need to say my address again.
Why don't you, please?
11 Southeast Sunnyside Road in Clackamas. I was going to read you something here. Measure 37 has seemed to be taking away a lot of the farmland. Once that's taken away, there's no opportunity for others to have invested in the property to farm or forest. Once this land's cut off, what that EFU meant was exclusive forest or farmland use. In ORS 215.243, it says, preservation of a maximum amount of limited supply of agricultural land. There's an emphasis there on limited because we see so much overdevelopment now that it just seems like it's escalating and escalating. Urban growth boundary, there was a reason for it. It was to protect lands like this. And I just feel as a concerned citizen of this great state of Oregon and this county of Clackamas that we're just losing it. The county is shrinking. Oregon is shrinking because of these types of issues. I really want to make a comment of appreciation to commissioners and also to the staff. I spent a good number of hours I think it was last month, going through some of these items and going through the details of the deeds and the process and what went through. I have a lot of confidence in the staff report as far as showing change of ownership and different matters like that as it pertains to the acreage and who owned them at what time. I feel, again, as a citizen of Clackamas, we shouldn't have to do this. It just seems to me a big waste of our taxpayer dollar. Unfortunately, we're in the situation where we have to do it. The tree farmer there brings up a good point that we're going to lose farmers in adjacent areas. It's a big concern to me because we are a big agricultural state. We're a big environmental state. The more and more things like this happens, and now we're seeing, this is Avison Lumber. I mean, this is a lumber company now selling out because they know they can get more money from selling these properties. It just, it's a personal opinion, but I just think, the voters, and I've talked to a lot of them, even those that voted for Measure 37, never had the idea that this was going to happen, that the land would just be, a free-for-all. They didn't know the county didn't have the money. They didn't know that the restrictions would be waived for land clear back to the 60s. Some of them had thought it was from this point forward versus historical significance. So again, I'm probably not saying this as clear as I'd like to, but I just wanted to stress those comments, opinions for the record. Thank you.
Mr. Klein, just a point of information. To date, over 18,000 acres have been the subject of land use claims. We anticipate probably it will be over 30,000. Just as a frame of reference, Damascus, that huge piece that was added to the urban growth boundary, is less than, about 10,000 acres. So we're looking at probably adding about 3 times the size of Damascus to potentially developable areas. I think we've only had one claim inside the urban growth boundary. The other piece that I would suggest people take a look at it to understand the impact and where the impacts are, we're adding to our website now a map that shows all the Measure 37 claims, so you can see where they are around the county. And you're right, it is taking away significantly from our agricultural and timber base. And as has been testified today, I think a lot of times farm and timber procedures are not going to be very welcomed with next door to development, and that's an answer we don't have. But
yeah, and I would like to add, Commissioner, thank you, because you're articulating that very well. Agriculture is one of our key industries in this county, and it is, again, one of the collateral damage, if I can say that, then the unintended economic development consequences of hurting a very vibrant and vital economic engine in this county. It's a high level of concern. Oftentimes we refer to ag and timber as manufacturing without walls, and it is significant. It is a considerable dollar figure that it adds value to this county, and it is of serious concern to see that economic base be eroded.
If I had my, interest in a property and I knew it was exclusive farm use or forest land, I would use it for that purpose and not try and deviate, but unfortunately, that's what we see. But thank you for your time. I'll give this map here, which shows a lot and how the lot is going through a stream. I'll send that to the clerk right now. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to testify on this application?